The Golden Bachelorette Chock Chapple's major change, based on Joan Vassos' criticism, proves his red flags didn't disappear. January 26, 2025. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. The Golden Bachelorette lead Joan Vassos started a running joke regarding Chock Chapple and his addition to socks, but her teasing may have led to some change. Joan and Chock found love through the dating series, with Chock's charisma earning him the season's first date. By the conclusion of this date, their chemistry was tangible. Joan chose Chock as her ultimate winner, and Chock proposed to the school administrator. Since the Golden Bachelorette Season 1's finale, Joan and Chock have been inseparable. As they travel the country together, the newly engaged couple has updated fans through their social media accounts. One of Joan's most popular Instagram posts features her grappling with Chock's sock addiction. Fans resonated with the ironic video, and the joke quickly spread. Chock then followed up her video with a video of his own. His update and previous association with bad behavior could indicate some red flags. Chock donates his socks. Chock's video features him collecting over 100 pairs of socks and delivering them to Wichita Rescue Mission. This charity helps to provide necessities to those in need. This selfless act won over fans, and many shared their support in the comment section. Joan's comments influenced this decision, with Chock mentioning Joan organized the donation and pushed him to follow through. While the donation was a kind act, it begs the question: why would he wait until Joan's interference to donate his collection? Joan initiated the donation. Chock compiled a collection for years, to the point that he could no longer keep track. He should have donated the footwear much sooner. According to Chock, he would rather purchase more socks than wash them. His habits and the overall popularity of fast fashion wreak havoc on the environment. A journalist for Earth.org, Rashmila Mehdi, writes, fashion production comprises 10% of total global carbon emissions, as much as the emissions generated by the European Union. Chock should recognize the impact of his overconsumption. If he had insisted on replacing once-used socks with a new pair, he should have been actively donating his clothing without the push of an outside source. At the very least, Chock needs to handle his chores. He should not rely on consistent purchases rather than washing his laundry. This avoidance could indicate a major red flag. Chock is old enough to handle his responsibilities. Chock's red flags still seem present. While Chock's donation was a kind gesture and a step in the right direction, his hesitance to donate may be concerning behavior. Joan should not have needed to interfere before he recognized the fault in his habits. Hopefully, his experience will be a learning opportunity. Chock should be more aware of his impact. Although Chock has been heavily criticized for his behavior on and off the show, Joan seems to be a good influence on him. The couple has been consistently adapting on behalf of the relationship. The Golden Bachelorette's first couple has been doing everything right. His questionable habits are easily mendable, and the couple will remain open Joan to push him into donating the socks in the first place. According to Chock, he had been collecting socks for years, to the point where he couldn't even keep track of how many he had accumulated. When he was asked about his habit, he admitted that he would rather purchase new socks than wash the ones he had. This seemed to raise eyebrows, especially considering his overconsumption of material goods, which contributes to the growing problem of fast fashion. The environmental impact of overconsumption is significant. According to Earth.org, fashion production accounts for 10% of global carbon emissions, a staggering figure. The fashion industry's reliance on cheap, disposable items is a major contributor to pollution, and Chock's decision to keep buying socks without bothering to wash his existing ones speaks to a larger issue of waste and irresponsibility. If Chock had genuinely recognized the impact of his overconsumption, he might have realized sooner that donating his unused socks was the right thing to do. Instead, it took Joan's gentle nudge for him to take the necessary step. This raises the question: Why didn't Chock recognize the fault in his habits on his own? Why did it require someone else's influence to prompt him to make a change? Joan's influence, a positive or negative force. Joan's influence on Chock is undeniable. From the beginning, she's been a strong presence in his life, guiding him through tough moments and helping him see things from a different perspective. On one hand, this could be seen as a positive force in their relationship. Joan has a way of challenging Chock, pushing him to be a better version of himself. Her no-nonsense attitude seems to have made an impact, as evidenced by his decision to donate the socks. However, this situation also brings up some concerns. If Chock needed Joan to push him into making this change, does that suggest a lack of personal responsibility? Is he someone who requires constant external motivation to do the right thing, rather than recognizing the need for change on his own? While Chock's decision to donate his socks was admirable, it does seem to highlight a troubling pattern of behavior. His hesitation to do so without Joan's influence could indicate that he still struggles with taking responsibility for his actions and recognizing the consequences of his habits. Joan, for her part, seems to be a great influence on him, but there's a limit to how much one person can do to fix another's behavior. If Chock continues to rely on Joan to initiate positive changes in his life, it could create an imbalance in their relationship, where Joan feels like she's constantly parenting him rather than simply being his partner. The red flags that are still there. Chock's decision to donate his socks is a step in the right direction, but it doesn't fully erase the red flags that still linger. His avoidance of personal responsibility, his reluctance to act without external pressure, and his overconsumption all point to deeper issues that could affect his future with Joan. For Joan, this situation serves as a reminder that love and romance are not always enough to overcome personal flaws. Chock's charismatic personality and their undeniable chemistry are certainly reasons to be hopeful about their future together, but these red flags cannot be ignored. Joan's influence may have pushed him to make a positive change, but she should not be the one solely responsible for holding him accountable. If Chock is serious about his future with Joan, he needs to take a deeper look at his habits and recognize the need for personal growth. Rather than relying on Joan to nudge him into making positive changes, he should take ownership of his actions and be proactive in addressing his flaws. Only then can they move forward together as a true partnership, where both individuals are equally invested in the relationship's success. Conclusion: a work in progress. While Chock's donation of socks was a kind and thoughtful gesture, it doesn't completely erase the concerns that Joan and fans alike may have about his long-term habits. Joan's influence has undoubtedly been a driving force in his decision to make this change, but it remains to be seen whether this change will stick. For now, the couple appears to be thriving, traveling together and enjoying their time as an engaged pair. However, Joan's willingness to challenge Chock and his response to her critiques will play a major role in determining whether their relationship can withstand the tests of time. Joan has already shown that she's not afraid to call out Chock's flaws, but the real question is whether Chock is ready to fully embrace personal growth without needing constant reminders from his fiancé. Only time will tell whether he can overcome these red flags and become the partner Joan deserves.